Predators come to Earth from their home planet Yautja Prime, located deep within the depths of the galaxy. And not just Earth, they travel to every corner of the galaxy looking for prey to hunt, worthy prey who give meaning to their way of life. So how do they travel? Of course, they use these awesome ships that can do so many things that it would be an understatement to call them ships. In this video, we'll explore all 27 spaceships that Predators have used across comics, movies, and games. Let's get this ride started. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
Every 100 years, the gods would
Predator Mothership. Motherships, or Jagdjaw Atoll in the Predator lingo, are the hub Yautja hunters. These colossal spaceships are where the action's at. As they house the entire Predator clans and their scout ships, the Motherships are floating fortresses, stealth mode included, thanks to their cloaking tech that makes them virtually undetectable. But if you're piloting another Yautja ship, just ping your standard beacon and you'll find your way home to this beast. Inside, Predators spar for glory, gear up with the latest weapons, and show off their hunting trophies in a dedicated display case. And yes, they've usually got a xenomorph queen locked up somewhere, ready to be unleashed for the next hunt. The Mothership is loaded with scout ships, insertion pods for dropping hunters onto unsuspecting planets, and beam weapons that can blast a hole straight through a planet's crust. And when things get too hot, they've got not one, but two types of self-destruct mechanisms to cover their tracks or erase themselves from existence. Need a quick getaway? They've got escape ships for that, perfect for a solo Predator looking to bail with style. And because it's not all about destruction, they've got some sick holographic tech for real-time scouting or 3D mapping, possibly using some high-tech floating probe. Then there's the Trophy Room, a collection of the clan's greatest hits, from dinosaur bones to xenomorph skulls and even human keepsakes. It's a museum of their conquests across the galaxies. Furthermore, these bad boys can unleash havoc with rockets. For instance, the USS Marlowe got smoked by a mothership. Their plasma beam slices through hundreds of meters of ice like butter, drilling down from orbit straight to whatever's hiding below, like that pyramid under Bouvet Island in Alien vs. Predator. When it's time to get boots on the ground, motherships drop Predators with drop pods. These ships have holographic tech that shows real-time 3D maps and whatnot. A little fun fact to wrap it up. In AVP Evolution, there's a bit of a mix-up where they call a mothership a scout ship. Now that I think about it, it wasn't that fun. Oops. But hey, with all that firepower and tech, does it really matter what you call it? Feral Predators, Spaceship, and Clan Ships. In 1719, the Feral Predator arrived on Earth and landed in the Great Plains. He was having a regular hunting Tuesday when he came cruising down in his spaceship amidst a lightning storm. But he sure scared the living crap out of Naru and her tribe. I'm sure you're aware that all this took place in the movie Prey. Speaking of which, I'm thrilled to inform you that Prey 2 has been confirmed. Naru and her canine caught this arrival from a cliff's edge. The ship cloaked itself and blended with the stormy weather, which gave Naru the push she needed to level up her hunting game. Much like the Feral Predator and his weapons, the ship and its tech were also a bit tribal and old school. Now, this is kinda in defiance to the whole Predator lore, which suggests that their tech hasn't really evolved much over centuries. In the movie's animated end credits, we find at least 3 Predator ships making their entrance. Just like the first one, they appear in a thunderstorm, but this time they're visible to the naked eye, which obviously means that they ditched the cloak. It's safe to say that these ships are from the Feral Predators clan, and they came to Earth to collect his remains and gear. But that iconic Raphael Adolini 1715 pistol from Predator 2 ended up with Greyback Predator later on, so these ships might just belong to the Lost Tribe clan from Predator 2. A third possibility is that these 3 new Predators were arriving to finish what the Feral Predator started. But that's just me. What do you think? classic Predator spaceship. The classic Predator ship from the first Predator film has to be the most celebrated of all Predator ships ever. I mean, this is clearly the OG celebrity ride of the Predator universe. It sports a sleek, fish-like design that aces stealth mode, but then all Predator ships are great at the whole camouflage thing. The sole reason that this one is my favorite is that it was the first of its kind. John McTiernan thought of this bad boy, which made dropping Predators off at their hunting grounds look easy. It could launch them in pods straight from orbit. Since then, it served as the base design for future Predator ships and showed up in various shades of cool, from movie standard gray to sometimes a brown or white look. Apart from dropping off the delivery, it also had outstanding offensive capabilities with what looked like a pair of laser cannons or missiles. Needless to say, this ship means business. Whether it's sneaking around or gearing up for a fight, the classic Predator ship is the ride of choice for any self-respecting hunter out there. Lost Tribe Spaceship. The Lost Tribe Spaceship in Predator 2 was tucked away in the sewers of Los Angeles circa 1997. You could say it was basically the home of the Lost Tribe Predators, who were keeping an eye on their buddy, the City Hunter, as he made his way through his own version of an urban safari. The climax of Predator 2 threw the doors wide open on this clan and served a slice of Predator culture we hadn't seen before. But then again, it was only the second movie. The scene introduced us to the whole concept of Predator clans and how they functioned as a team, as opposed to the Lone Ranger act we got in the first movie. The Lost Tribes ride was clearly bigger and longer than the classic Predator spaceship, with enough juice to zoom out of Earth's orbit post-LA fight. Switching gears from the lush vibes of the original movie's jungle to the rough and tumble streets of future Los Angeles in '97, Predator 2 offered a fresh perspective, which more or less became the staple for the future installments. The city was a hot mess of crime and chaos, which made it the perfect playground for a high-tech extraterrestrial hunter. It seemed like the film took a leaf out of the Predator concrete jungle, but changed New York to LA. Golden Mothership. The Golden Mothership was the penthouse of Predator ships, massive and decked out, on par with the big boys we've seen in films. This shiny beast is home to a whole Predator clan, and we're talking potentially hundreds of these dreadlocked hunters. However, apart from being a super cool and fancy ride, the ship served a purpose. Inside, there was an alien queen doing her thing. You know, the usual, popping out eggs so the Predators can start their own version of extreme gardening on other planets. This spaceship is kitted out with all the gear for a grand entrance or a quick getaway. The drop pods clinging to its underbelly are always ready to deploy, and to boost the speed, the Golden Mothership had 4 engines. That's more juice than the standard Predator Mothership. But the most interesting detail about the Golden Mothership and why it's important is that Michiko Noguchi lived the high life among these interstellar hunters on their golden gig. She continues to be one of the few humans who were allowed on a mothership and accepted by the Predators as one of their own. She met a clan of Predators on the planet called Ryushi, where she and the other Predators fought together to defeat an alien menace. We've already done an entire video exploring Noguchi's character. I'm sure you'd enjoy it, so I'll leave a link in the description. Wolf Predator's ship. AVP Requiem picks up right where its predecessor left us hanging aboard the Predator Mothership. Starting things off with a bang, a scout ship zips away and cruises past Saturn in the unrated version, only to reveal a grown-up Predalien is on board the ride. Later we see that the scout ship turns around. This sequel peels back the curtain a bit more on Predator life and tech. Furthermore, it blends the iconic exterior ship design from the original Predator movie with the interior aesthetics we got a glimpse of in the first AVP movie. The insides of the ship are nothing short of a sci-fi zoo with facehuggers in glass jars and a trophy room, but it was so dimly lit that it was hard to spot the collection of skulls. Another cool feature of AVP Requiem's ship was its holographic planet display system. It was also the first time that we saw some high-octane action in an in-flight Predator ship, which was the reason why the scout ship went on an unplanned return return trip to Earth. We move next to the Predator homeworld called Yautja Prime, where Wolf, a cleanup specialist Predator, gets wind of the mess back on Earth. You see, Predators consider Predalians to be the greatest of abominations and believe that their neutralization is primary. So Wolf jets off from the homeworld in a ride that's noticeably more compact than the scout ships. His arrival on Earth is pretty dramatic, with his personal pod making a splashdown in a lake. Wolf then tracks down the crashed scout ship and makes sure it's destroyed, leaving no trace behind. This sequel layers on the action while giving us a more detailed and intricate view into Predator tech and culture, all wrapped up in a cleanup on Isle Earth vibe. Fugitive Predator's spaceship. The Fugitive Predator kicked off with a high-speed chase in space. His ship was under fire from another Predator's spacecraft, getting banged up pretty badly. In a desperate bid to save himself, he zips through a wormhole and appeared over Earth, only to have his ride crash land in a forest in North America. Just before the crash, he managed to shoot off a pod from his ship. The whole mess was because he was being hunted by this beefed-up hybrid Predator. Despite the crash, bits of his ship and some cool Predator gadgets survived and got snatched up by humans, which ended up in the hands of Project Stargazer. These folks were all too eager to poke and prod the Fugitive after he landed in 2018. Meanwhile, Quinn McKenna, a quick-thinking human, snagged some of the Fugitive's tech for himself. But you can't keep a good Predator down. The Fugitive broke free on a mission to reclaim his tech. Unfortunately, his quest was cut short. The upgrade Predator, a real heavyweight, showed up and finished him off. Upgrade Predator's spaceship. The Upgrade Predator's ride is a beast, and the high-tech hunter chased down the Fugitive Predator across the stars in it. The Fugitive stole some top-shelf Predator tech and made a run for it. Later, Upgrade lands some heavy hits on Fugitive's ship, but Fugitive was slick and reached hyperspace and bailed to Earth, leaving Upgrade to pick up the pieces. Upgrade's ship, though, is something else. It cruises into Earth's orbit, scanning for Fugitive like it's got a personal vendetta. Meanwhile, down on Earth, Rory McKenna was messing with a Predator gadget, totally clueless that he was about to blow Upgrade's stealth mode wide open. Yet, Rory's fiddling makes Upgrade's ship light up military radars like a Christmas tree, twice, even forcing some F-22s to dodge it mid-air. Despite the hiccup, Upgrade's ship was all about the hunt, tracking Fugitive even as he tried to slip away. When the action heats up, Upgrade dives into the fray, deploying Predator dogs for a ground hunt and making a grand entrance by smashing through walls and showing off the kind of tech that turns invisible ships visible and armor that makes wrist blades snap. In the climax, Upgrade parks his ship in a forest, then heads out to settle scores, leaving behind a trail of chaos, including a fight that ends with Fugitive's head as a trophy. But the story doesn't end there. Upgrade contacts his clan to report the mission accomplished, but hints the game's still on with several human leads. His next stop was Quinn's place, where he scanned for clues with the kind of tech that makes you think twice about hiding anything. He recognizes a warrior spirit in young Rory, giving the humans a fighting chance to escape before he sets his ship to self-destruct, ensuring his hunt ends with a bang, not a whimper. Game Preserve Ship. In the Predator franchise, the spaceship that showed up at the tail end of the 2010 movie Predators added a whole new layer of mystery and opened many doors for amazing sequel possibilities. The classic Predator had the skills to control this spaceship using just his wrist computer. Then the Berserker Super Predator goes full dramatic and blows the ship up with his wrist gadget. So who does this spaceship really belong to? It's a bit of a head-scratcher. On one hand, the classic Predator can commandeer the ship from afar, suggesting maybe it was his ride. On the other hand, the Berserker Super Predator has the remote detonator button. Could mean the ship was a Super Predator ride, or maybe they just snatched the remote from the classic. The backstory is a bit hazy. Either classic Predator cruised to this planet on his own and ended up in Super Predator chains, or the Super Predators kidnapped him and brought him over in what could be their spaceship. But here's the thought: the Super Predators Predators aren't likely to maroon themselves. They've probably got another ship stashed away, because, let's be real, they seem like the type to have a plan B. As for the ship itself, it's not your standard Predator model. This one boasts extra thrusters that give it some serious agility, allowing it to hover in place. It's a unique model in the Predator fleet, flexing its design and tech that keeps you guessing who it really belongs to and what its story is. Cold War ship. For the Predators, who travel around the world like it's nobody's business, getting into Soviet Siberia is no big deal. The Predator crew from the Predator Cold War comic decided to mix things up and take their hunting party to the chill zone. Now, these Predators usually do well in warmer weather, but their ship has a cozy winter cabin inside, keeping them toasty amidst the Arctic freeze. The inside of this ride is quite similar to the Lost Tribe spaceship and has orange walls that give off a warm glow. Style-wise, the ship is sleek and is spooky enough to make H.R. Giger nod in approval. Apart from the looks, this spaceship is loaded with engines that pack a serious punch, ready to jet off at a moment's notice. Predator Drop Pod. Drop pods are the Predator's express elevator to the hunt and serve as a fast and stealthy mode of transport when you need to drop from space straight to planet-side action. These pods have a pretty cool, sleek, and efficient design and come with a black or silver look. They're not just pretty to look at, they're plastered yautja with script and symbols, making them part bragging rights, part utility vehicle. Designed for solo trips, each pod carries a single Predator and delivers them from the Mothership's orbit to the ground. They're not long-haul cruisers, but precision tools for hunters on the move, shot from either a mothership or scout ship like a dart. As these pods barrel towards the planet's surface, they're anything but a rough ride. Thanks to some clever engineering, 3 fins pop out to break its fall, while thrusters fine-tune the landing, ensuring the Predator inside steps out without a scratch. After touchdown, the pod's doors swing open, and it's game on for the Predator, ready to blend into the hunt. Bad Blood Ship. The Bad Blood Ship, with its unique crab-like design, became the getaway ride for the renegade Predator. This Predator was not someone who played by the rules, which is why he was called a Bad Blood Predator. He took out his crewmates and commandeered the spacecraft to escape getting caught and killed by Enforcer Predators, who are basically Predator cops. However, his freedom was short-lived, as the Enforcer Predators were hot on his trail and opened fire. And when the Enforcers are after you, you know you're in some serious shit. Their pursuit ended with the Bad Blood Ship making an unscheduled and catastrophic landing on Earth, right into the Pine Barrens near New York. The crash was pretty messy and created a massive crater and turning the ship into scrap. Despite the destruction, the Bad Blood Predator managed to crawl out of the wreckage, ready to stir up more trouble. Saucer. The Saucer is this rare Predator spaceship that was pretty different from the run-of-the-mill ships in their fleet. The main Predator from Predator the Big Game ends up crash-landing his saucer in the Nevada desert. The US military jumps on and confiscates the ship and dives into research mode with the hope of unlocking some extraterrestrial secrets. But just when the military thought they hit the jackpot, the ship pulls a mic drop and self-destructs, wiping out the entire base in a blaze of glory, which basically gave going out with a bang quite a literal meaning. The Predator, though, wasn't done just yet. He survives the explosion, proving these hunters are tough as nails. However, his luck runs out when Corporal Enoch Nakai steps up and finishes the job. Gotham City ship. In the iconic Batman vs. Predator comic fight, Gotham City gets an unexpected visitor in the form of a massive Predator spaceship. This one resembled the classic Predator ship, but had received many upgrades. Think more metal, more muscle, and definitely more room inside. With its twin engines mounted on the sides, this beast is ready for action. Not to mention its powerful searchlight, probably for spotting prey or just making dramatic entrances. This ship was packed with a Predator hunting party looking for some action, and boy do they find it when they run into Batman. The Dark Knight himself, fresh from duking it out with one of their own, proves he's not someone to mess with. This sets the stage for an epic clash right in the heart of Gotham, blending the world of superhero vigilantes with intergalactic hunters in a story you've got to read to believe. Predator dropship. Predator dropships are basically carpools for the galaxy's most fearsome hunters. They hitch a ride with the Mothership until it's time to hit the ground running on a new planet. But don't let their ride-or-die attitude fool you. These dropships aren't exactly tanks. In fact, they're more like glass cannons, all about the entrance without much in the way of defense. Case in point, on planet Ryushi, one of these dropships got totally wrecked when a human land speeder decided to play bumper cars with it. Talk about an Achilles heel. This little fender bender left the Predator hunting party without a ride home, marooned on Ryushi with no way off the rock. Spoiler alert, it didn't end well for them. Stranded and out of luck, the entire squad ended up biting the dust. So much for being the universe's toughest hunters. Advanced Predator Ship. In the latest Predator comic series by Marvel, there's a new ship in town that's turning heads, and not just because of its killer design. This ride could pass for a cousin of the USCSS Prometheus, sporting a look that's more high-tech lab than interstellar hunter's den. It's sexy, it's advanced, and it's got the kind of style that makes you think twice about what a Predator ship can be. Fast forward to 2056, on the remote planet tagged X14432-8. This ship finds itself in the middle of a showdown. Its Predator owner squares off against a human female, Theta, who's not just any human. She's decked out in Predator armor and ready to rumble. Spoiler, the Predator loses more than just the fight, he loses his head. Theta, showing she's got the brains to match her brawn, snags the Predator's wrist gauntlet and uses it to uncover the ship's camouflaged parking spot in a nearby field. But she's not there to take souvenirs. Inside, she hits the big red button, setting off the ship's self-destruct sequence and blowing it to Kingdom Come. This ship's story is a brief but blazing tale of technology, combat, and a dramatic exit that leaves nothing behind but a crater and some serious bragging rights for Theta. Safari Ship. It has been well established by now that Predators aren't just about any one specific kind of landscape, and their favorite place to hunt is an actual jungle where they can get some wild safari action too. Their Safari Ship, spotlighted in the Predator: The Pride at Nagasa comic, takes their hunting game to the vast landscapes of Africa, where big game roams free. This ship had the classic Predator spaceship look, but with a metallic twist, making it blend in yet stand out in its own rugged way. Tucked away under the dense safari foliage, this beast of a ship wasn't bothering with high-tech cloaking. Why bother? In the sprawling wild expanses of Africa, it's all about the thrill of the hunt without the usual need to hide from prying eyes. The Safari Ship provided the ultimate hunting experience, Predator style, where the game is bigger, the stakes are higher, and the landscape is as untamed as the hunters themselves. Gotham City Enforcer Predator Ship. In Gotham City, a bad blood predator created a stir with his classic Predator ship, parking it stealthily in a forest just outside the urban maze. This rogue was all in for a fight with Batman and dived into a series of clashes, but just couldn't seal the deal against the Dark Knight. And as if that wasn't enough on his plate, some Enforcer Predators, once again acting like cosmic cops, were hot on his heels, looking to take him down for breaking their code. Seeing the writing on the wall and his luck running out fast, the bad blood decided it was time to run for his life. The longer he stayed in Gotham, the riskier it would have been for the poor guy. He made a break for his ship and hoped to jet his way out of Gotham and away from his troubles. But, as should be expected, Gotham's surprises weren't done with him. Not yet. As he took off, an Enforcer Predator ship, sneaky as a shark, surfaced from the depths of Gotham Bay. It had been lying in wait, hidden until the perfect moment to strike. It turned into a full-blown ship-to-ship dogfight right above Earth, something you don't see every day in Predator tales. The Enforcer ship locked on and blasted the Bad Blood's ride with a red laser weapon by lighting up the sky with one of the rarest spectacles of interstellar justice in the Predator universe. Predator Shuttle. In the Aliens vs. Predator War comic, we get a peek at the Predator Shuttle, a slick spacecraft that's a step up from the basic dropship. This baby is designed for a smooth planetfall coming from the Mothership, and has a bit more punch with its onboard weapons. It has a fresh white paint job and looks pretty different from the usual Predator tech. It also has a fish-like design that echoes the classic Predator spaceship. Machiko Noguchi, the human who rolled with the Predators before things went south, found this shuttle as her ticket out of Dodge. After a fallout with her Predator pals, she flew away in style aboard this shuttle by making a dramatic exit from the Mothership. Enforcer Ship. The Enforcer Ship is the intergalactic version of a cop car, but way cooler and more intimidating. Piloted by Enforcer Predators, these ships are the go-to when it comes to chasing down the universe's most wanted, the bad blood predators who've crossed the line breaking Predator law. Decked out in blue, mirroring Earth's own boys in blue, the Enforcer Ship isn't just for show. It's loaded with firepower, ready to bring the heat to any rogue predator thinking they can get away with cosmic misdemeanors. This vehicular monstrosity made its debut in the Predator Bad Blood comic and served as the ultimate authority figure in the Predator world, ensuring that even the fiercest hunters aren't above the law. Dog Ship. The Dog Ship resembles the head of a dog, although probably not intentionally. Otherwise, it has a sleek and brown design similar to other Predator ships. The ship is not very large, operating only one pilot Predator. The Dog Ship shows up in the Aliens vs. Predator vs. Terminator comic book released in 2000. Bullet. The Bullet spaceship was another unique addition to the Predator fleet with its design that's, well, exactly like a giant bullet. This piece of extraterrestrial tech made a splash down in Victorian London, where it chose the city's sewers for its hideout. Even with its cloaking device engaged, it couldn't stay off the radar and caught the eye of humans, including the sharp Inspector Lestrade. Making its appearance in the Predator Nemesis comic, the Bullet bridges worlds between the cunning predators and the iconic characters from Sherlock Holmes tales. It's a story that delivers on intrigue and action, and places this unique ship right at the heart of one of the Predator universe's most memorable adventures. Hook Predator's ship. Hook, the elder predator with a notorious rep, cruised the depths of space in a spaceship that was all kinds of cool and draped in shades of purple, a ride that would remind you of the one the Fugitive Predator had in The Predator. His entrance was nothing short of dramatic. Hook and his ride made an explosive entry into a space luxury liner in Alien vs. Predator Thicker Than Blood, causing chaos and terror as he and his two sons went on a rampage by taking out passengers left and right. Of course, the ship wasn't just a getaway vehicle. It played a crucial role in the ordeal, with its boarding ramp craftily blocking the only escape path for the survivors, which, in turn, trapped them in a nightmare. But as these stories go, not everything went according to Hook's plan. The space liner met a fiery end. Hook's sons died, and Hook himself came out of the ordeal with a missing arm and leg. Not one to be kept down, he embraced the space pirate life, sporting a prosthetic leg and probably plotting his next big move. Plastic Man Predator Plane. In the crossover comic JLA vs. Predator, things got turned up a notch with the introduction of meta-predators, predators who were hybrid Yautja, with powers snatched from the Justice League members themselves. So each of the meta-predators had the powers of one JLA member each. Among them, one predator took to being like water a bit too literally and got the elastic abilities of Plastic Man. But this predator used its newfound stretchy prowess to morph into a fighter plane. Yes, you heard that right, a full-on fighter jet, and gave a good chase to the real Plastic Man, who then transformed into a plane himself over the canals of Venice. This aerial dogfight was honestly pretty cool. The Predator plane was swift, and its guns were another dead reckoning. But let's be real, of all the Predator tech and transformations seen over the years, a Predator turning into a fighter plane to chase down a superhero also morphed into a plane? That's just out there, even for comic book standards, which clearly makes it the most outlandishly hilarious ship design to date. Royal Predator ship. In Aliens vs. Predator 2, Prince makes a grand entrance to LV-1201 aboard the Royal Predator spaceship. This ship was more like the luxury sports car of spaceships because, well, it belonged to a Predator prince. You could say it was a really sleek model with a metallic spear hurtling through space. That's the Royal Predator spaceship. It ditches the usual jagged edges for a smooth, streamlined look that screams speed and stealth. Even equipped with a cloaking device to keep off the radar, this ship couldn't sneak past the eagle eyes at Weyland-Yutani, who caught its arrival on sensors. Touching down in a remote slice of LV-1201, it set the stage for Prince to kick off his hunt. This ship's all about class, power, and a touch of mystery, and really made a statement that when Prince shows up to the party, he means business. Predator Hunting Grounds ship. In the game Predator Hunting Grounds, gamers get just a quick peek at a Predator spaceship during the tutorial level. This ship gives some serious Fugitive Predator vibes from the Predator movie. It has a similar design, but with a more metallic finish. It's got a deadly look, but strangely enough, the cloaking device stays off. Whether it's to give newbies a clear view or just the yautja feeling bold, we don't see it blending into the background. While the game dives deep into the hunt, it leaves players hanging with a missing piece, a trophy room. Given the ship's design and feel, a trophy room would have been the perfect cherry on top, a place to showcase the victories and spoils of the hunt. It's a missed opportunity to add an extra layer of Predator culture into the mix. Fleet of Predator ships. In the Aliens vs. Predator War comic, things got pretty cool when a whole armada of Predator ships flew side by side with a fleet of colonial marine ships. Yep, you heard that right. This was made possible because humans and predators teamed up in the comic. This sort of massive predator fleet gathering is a rare sight, and you can only see this sort of thing when there's some serious galactic beef or a full-scale war on the cards. And this time, they had set their mind to take down the Killer Predator clan and their army of gnarly tusked xenomorphs on the planet Bunda. Once again, we get to meet Machiko Noguchi, the legendary hunter who basically served as the interstellar peacekeeper and the link between humans and predators. With her at the helm, dozens of dropships and a whole bunch of troopers launch a full-scale invasion of the planet to make sure the killer predators and their xenomorph minions were stopped. Marvelous verdict. So yeah, the Predator ships have always been a force to reckon with, and when their Predator pilots fail, they can detonate to self-destruct. Personally, I think the Predator ships are one of the most potent vehicles in cinematic history, able to travel across galaxies at speeds faster than light. They have immense defensive capabilities and can take down nearly every threat that could come their way. Now that you've been introduced to the 27 variants of Predator ships, I'm wondering which ones you liked the most. Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.